Down at the Brooklyn Steak Restaurant, 24 hours before the big fight at Sheffield's Don Valley Stadium. We've got 10 fights on tomorrow night, and I'm here with the trainer of champions, Kev Sanders. Kev, talk to me about tomorrow night. How's it going to be?
Well, it's been a great response to the night. I think it's going to be a cracking night. Ryan Coyne being on. Dennis is doing a lot of work with in America at the moment, so we're trying to bring a lot top more class fighters to join the young kids who we got in the stable.
Ryan Coyne, world number 2, pushing for world number 1 spot. Just how good is he? You've been working with him in the gym. What can you tell us about him?
I think he's very quick. He's got good footwork. He can punch a little bit. He comes from both sides as well, which we were doing in the gym, as you saw when you were there. But I definitely think he could, if he was managed correctly, he could reach the pinnacle of his career in the next sort of 8 months.
Ryan's obviously the headline fight on the night. Talk to me about some of the on the undercard.
Well, I think you've got a cracking one. So Stewie Hall, obviously, has been there. British Commonwealth, had a great fight with Jay McDonald. We've got 3 debutants on there. Ben Bradford, who's a tough come forward kid. We got Carl Spencer, 6'8", 18.5 stone, English international. He's making his debut. And little Kas Hussain, tough little come forward, looks like a little Mexican. He's sold really a lot of tickets. So I think you're in for a bumper night tonight.
I would say in the time that I've been working obviously with Dennis Hobson Promotions, I think this is just an absolutely outstanding bill of boxing, and since you've come on board with the Dennis Hobson Promotions, you seem to have got in there and changed things around a little bit. What's your principle, your ethic and your thoughts towards how things are going to go?
Well, I think these should be made events as opposed to shows. As you'll see tomorrow, we're bringing banners in to see what Dennis has done over the years with Ricky Hatton, Clinton Woods, David Hay, people of that calibre, and obviously bringing these young kids through and working with top class fighters. We're going to be becoming the number 1 stable in Sheffield, so we're going to put people on the pinnacle and win titles, and Dennis is going to get them back where he used to be, you know.
You've obviously worked with massive, world champions like Nigel Benn, Frank Bruno, etc. Just talk to me about what your thoughts are about Sheffield and its base of boxing and this kind of area for boxing.
I think Sheffield's becoming the number 1 in Great Britain at the moment. You've got great fighters, Kell Brook, Jamie McDonald, obviously from Doncaster. You've got Lewis Taylor here, Jamie Sampson are going to be 2 great fighters in the future with Clinton Woods. And, Sheffield could be London. If we do regular shows and give the fans quality shows and good events, then they'll come out the woodwork to support them. Dennis has put his hand in his pocket, he's brought out, he's delivered quality on every show he's ever done, and now the fans are coming out, so they're paying for it a little bit more because they want to get behind Dennis Hobson,
And working with you over the last few weeks, as I have done, I noticed that you're always busy. There's always something that you're up to. So, what kind of things do you get up to in a normal working week?
Well, I run the whole company for Dennis, the boxing. I try and cross the T's, dot the I's, makes everything's correct. So when they come to an evening, when they go to the gym, they go and enjoy themselves, and that's the most important thing. People got to enjoy the event, what you're putting on. So that's my job to do it, and hopefully I'll get it done and get it right.
So, and you've obviously worked and trained with world champions. What about the run up to like a champion status, if you like, for some of these lads on the streets? How long does it take? What kind of things are involved in getting there from your perspective?
Well, I think it takes about 3 years to get somewhere from nothing to hopefully championship. If they're quality, obviously it could take a little bit less, but it's not just in the gym, and it's how the persona is outside, how they adapt with the public, how they talk to people in general, which builds their profile up, and that's another job which I get involved with. You got to support the fighters, you got to support the people around you everywhere. Glyn Rhodes I work closely with Brendan Ingle, I've got utmost respect for Brendan, and if we all work together, we can produce and get better than what London and Scotland and Liverpool can come out of it, and that's what I want to do, really put Sheffield on the map.
So some cracking gyms in Sheffield, and you think that Sheffield's got a future in boxing as you can see it?
Absolutely, it all comes from the grassroots. As I say, Brendan's done it for years. If you look at our gym now up on Moorlands, there's young kids in there, young girls, young boys. It's an atmosphere there for the kids, and kids come through and make champions. It's just the way you treat them. If you treat them right, they'll come out right,
Just on a side note, the Olympics obviously just took place recently, and boxing at the Olympics seem to do better than your traditional sports like your football and things like that. Does that kind of thing encourage youngsters into the gym to take up boxing?
I think so. I think you see now what Robin McCracken has done. He's come in, he's a pro trainer, he's an amateur trainer, he's now got GB on the top there with the fighters. I think Nicola Adams and all the other Olympians who were there. We were fortunate enough to spar with Joshua leading up to the Olympics, and it was just a fantastic, and the people know that they can reach there in 4 years if they want to do it. If they put the commitment in, they can get the rewards out of it.
So we've got 10 cracking fights tomorrow at Sheffield's Don Valley. What are you expecting on the night? Are you expecting in terms of atmosphere and the kind of atmosphere that Sheffield public can generate at a boxing match?
I think you'll get a great atmosphere. I think, you know, with the big lad Carl Spencer fighting, he's bringing 70-odd supporters. I think that's only a start for him. If he goes out and fires the bombs, which he's been doing, if you get Ben Bradford, who's a little fighter, Kas Hussain, and of course Ryan Coyne, what an exciting person to have on the bill. I think it's going to be an absolutely cracking atmosphere, and I think the people of Sheffield will come out of the event and go home and say they've had a good night.